What's up, YouTube? Back at it again. My name is James, and welcome to my channel where I talk about creating kings and queens through financial literacy. So if that's something you think you're interested in, please subscribe, smash the like button, and turn on the notification bell, right? So you can get these videos when I put them out. And share this information. Share it so others can get this too as well, okay? So what I usually talk about, right, the subject I'm on is velocity banking. And in order to start velocity banking, you need to have good credit, right? So a lot of people have credit cards, but they're in debt with credit cards, right? They owe a lot on their credit cards. So what I want to talk about is the credit card debt problem today, right? People think they can't start it, so they're just going to try to pay down what they owe with just paying the minimum payments. So I just want to talk about today the problem with doing something like that, right? So let's just say you have $5,000 owed on a credit card debt, right? Hopefully that's not maxed out, because you should be using credit cards for bills you were going to pay with cash anyway, right? You use the credit cards for whatever bill it is, and at the end of the month you pay your credit cards off in full, right? That's how you should be using credit cards. But let's just say you owe $5,000 on any credit card debt, right? And minimum payments on credit cards are usually between like 1 and 3%. So let's just say this one's 2% of 5,000 is $100, right? And let's just say the interest rate on this credit card is 21%, right? So that 21%, to get the monthly rate, what we would do is take 21%, divide that by 12, right? And that gives you, I believe, 1.75%. Right? Yeah. And so, let me show you the problem. That $100 minimum payment, somebody feels like they can afford. They're going to try to pay that $5K off with that $100, right? And so, what that 1.75 actually means is the interest payment you're paying on every single minimum payment you make. So, what you would do is, and don't worry, I wrote this down. So you can look this up, Google this information, make sure that I am correct, but let me show you what it actually is. So what you would do is, you would do 0.015, you multiply that by the balance of 5,000, and that gives you $87.50, right? So that means every single $100 that you pay, $87.50 goes to interest payments. So the principal payment, what you would do is, you would take that $100 minus $87.50, and that gives you $12.50. So that means every single time you pay a minimum payment of $100, only $12.50 goes to the $5,000 owed. So in reality, you would take that $5,000, you would divide that by the $12.50 monthly, because every $100, $12.50 goes to the actual 5K balance. That would take you 400 months, right? So 400 months equals 33 years. So if you make a minimum payment of $100 towards $5,000 owed on a credit card, you would take 33 years to pay down that 5K. And On top of this, the worst part about this is how much the bank makes off of you. So what you would do is you would take that 400, you multiply it by the 8750. The bank makes $35,000 plus off of every $100 payment you make, just to pay down a $5,000 credit card. And that's the problem. And so what Velocity Banking teaches you is to not pay $35K and to pay way less time. I would say it would take 3 years, depending on what your actual cash flow is, or depending on what it actually is. Don't quote me on the 3 years, but it would be a lot less than 33 years to pay down $5,000 owed on a credit card, right? And then we'll figure out how to use a credit card properly. So, hope you learned something about just making minimum payments of $100 and the damage it actually does, right? So, I'll see you soon. Take care.